Get lost and never show your face ever again. Furious William finally cut all ties with Harry. According to reports, William has completely cut ties with Harry, and when I say completely, I mean completely. We're talking no calls, no texts, no carrier pigeons, nothing. It's like Harry's been erased from the royal family WhatsApp group. In fact, when Harry was asked in a 60 Minutes interview if he speaks to William, he said, currently no. But here's where it gets really interesting. Jenny Bond, a former BBC Raw correspondent, dropped a bombshell. She believes there was only one person who could have sorted this mess out, Princess Diana. Now, that's a gut punch if ever I've heard one. Imagine if Diana was still here. Can you picture us sitting the boys down, giving them both a stern talking to and making them hug it out? I can almost see it. Let's talk about Harry for a moment. Bond described him as the Spencer of the two brothers, referring to Diana's side of the family. She said that he's fiery, vulnerable and fragile, very much in the way Diana was. It's an interesting comparison, and it makes you wonder, is Harry's similarity to Diana part of what's driving this wedge between him and the rest of the royal family? Think about it. Diana was known for bucking royal tradition, for being more open and emotional than the typical royal. Sound familiar? It's like Harry's following in his mother's footsteps, but without her guidance to help him navigate the treacherous waters of royal life versus personal freedom. Now, let's shift gears to William for a moment. Royal expert Ingrid Seward had some interesting things to say about our future king. She described him as a sensitive, structured and perseverant man, but here's the kicker. She said his relationship with Harry upset him more than he would care to admit. Can you imagine being William? You're trying to be the perfect prince, the future king, and all the while your brother is out there throwing grenades at the institution you're set to lead. It's got to be tough. Seward said William found it easier to cut ties than to be continually annoyed, and honestly, I can't say I blame him. And let's not forget about Kate Middleton and King Charles both battling cancer. William is now focused on supporting his wife and father through their health struggles. It's a lot for one person to handle, and you have to wonder if this has played a part in his decision to cut ties with Harry. But here's the thing that really gets me. We're watching a family fall apart in real time, and it's all playing out on the world stage. Can you imagine having your family drama splashed across the headlines and dissected by millions of people? It's got to be excruciating. And yet, we can't look away. We're all invested in this story, aren't we? We've watched these boys grow up. We've mourned with them when they lost their mother, we celebrated their weddings, and now we're watching as they drift further and further apart. It's like a real-life soap opera, except the consequences are very real. These are actual people with actual feelings dealing with actual pain. And while it's easy for us to sit back and judge, to pick sides and make assumptions, we have to remember that at the end of the day, this is a family in crisis. But here's the thought that keeps nagging at me. Is this feud really just about Harry and Meghan leaving royal life, or is it about something deeper? Is it about the institution of the monarchy itself and the toll it takes on the people within it? Think about it. Diana struggled with the pressures of royal life. Harry's spoken openly about his mental health struggles and his desire to break the cycle of pain he experienced growing up. Even William, who seems to have embraced his royal role, has had his share of difficulties, so maybe, just maybe, this feud is a symptom of a larger problem. Maybe it's time for the royal family and the British public to take a hard look at what we expect from our royals, and whether those expectations are fair or even healthy.